Happy Sunday to quite a few of you guys. Happy Sunday to the rest. So, of course, because they're still illegally surveillancing me and tracking my phone, tracking my car, I went out this morning, it's Sunday as usual, to get my groceries. They know my routine. But also, I already meant what I said. I said I was going to run you guys in loops. I meant what I said. I'm not changing my steps. You're going to go in loops because every time you send someone after me, they leave a trail. They also have a tail as well. So I started my day off like normal. I drove up to Starbucks, got my horchata shaken espresso this time. Horchata has cinnamon in it. I had it a time or two before, but I'm starting to like it. They also have a good coconut shaken espresso if you like Starbucks. So that's just my little suggestion. After I left Starbucks, of course, I went to Momo to wipe out my car, do a little detail on the inside, and wipe it down. Wipe me down, wipe me down. After I was done, I went to Kroger's. You guys all know I go to Kroger's to get my groceries. You know, gas for my Beamer is 5 something a gallon, right? I mean, recently it was 5.91, so I need those points, especially when y'all don't steal them. When I go get my groceries and y'all go get gas before I do using my phone number. All right, so I go in the grocery store, I'm getting my vegetables, doing my normal thing, grab some shrimp, grab some snapper, doing my normal little thing. Your tail came in there. Tall white man, maybe about 6 feet tall, close to it, 240 pounds, kind of muscular. So of course he followed me to the condiments aisle. I got my tuna. I already had a few things in my cart, which is something they always do. When they follow me to Kroger's, they watch me get a few items and then go watch what's in my cart because they plan on poisoning it. This has been going on for almost 3 years. So I get my condiments, my mayonnaise and my mustard because I'm making some tuna. It's gonna be good too. I'm gonna put eggs in it, y'all. Eggs, some onions, a little holy grail in there, right? So then I also go over and get my big jumbo shrimp. I get my snapper, get a few other things in between. And of course, here he comes. He was definitely speaking in a different language. At first I thought, is it Ukrainian? Is it Syrian? I wasn't too sure. But then after I got to where the milk was, by the way, 2% milk is great. If you like 2% milk, it's great for you, it's healthy for you. Drink you a couple of glasses. A little tip, you can drizzle honey in the glass, drizzle it around the sides, and then pour your milk into it. It's a good little treat, it's a good little snack. So I go over there, I'm looking at the bread, I'm looking at the eggs, check the eggs, make sure they're not cracked or anything, make sure they're not spotty. I get my little carton of eggs, and here he goes coming over there, speaking in that Romanian language. Kind of old school Romanian language. But see, I think y'all keep forgetting that I said I was an unarmed security officer for 4 years working third shift, did some armed work too. I know how to catch a trail. Y'all never act in stealth mode the way y'all are supposed to. You never act in stealth. You always give a clue. You always leave something as far as a mark for me to catch on. Also, him buzzing around me like a bee was also a clue. Ridiculous. I don't know and I don't care who y'all are. I don't care about the police that's working with y'all. I don't care if they're mafia. I don't care if they're gang members. I don't care if they're American, if they're from overseas, if they came over here and they got their citizenship. I do not care. You think you're gonna get past these eyes? You're not. Who are you looking for? You're not gonna find it in me, but I'll show you where you belong. Just like I showed Jaffa where he belonged, with the liars, the thieves, I meant what I said. I'm not stopping until I get justice. And I don't care how most people believe in the legal system, that African Americans aren't worth justice. That's why 20% of men, women, and children that are African American are sitting innocent in jail, because they have their landlords turn on them, their coworkers turn on them, like them former coworkers of mine, the elites using my information so that they can make money overseas and make money here as well. But I'm the one who's doing this. There is nothing historical in my life that has ever required me to do anything like that, nor would I be a part of it. And I've said this before, I'm not a part of no group. That's why I'm not a social media fiend like y'all YouTube contracts and your promotion deals. That's all y'all need is a deal. I don't shake hands with criminals. I don't sign contracts I'm not aware of. I used to write property manager agreements. I've signed contracts for real estate sponsors. So why would I ever sign a contract with a bunch of thieves and frauds? I damn sure didn't only sign a contract. I damn sure only signed a contract with Jaffa, which was based on marriage and only the lease. There was no other contracts. All of these lies and these gang stalkers have connections down at the police department and at the courthouse. They already bragged about it when they were gang stalking me in 2024, 2025, and still gang stalking me now. The overweight Caucasian dirty bun group, they've been going hard for the last 3 weeks. They act like I didn't know who their tail was. I guess y'all thought y'all had something. You don't. I held my peace. I held my peace on Friday when I left the door, walked out of the house to go and leave, held my peace on that visit too. I guess y'all really didn't think I didn't know who y'all set up. Oh my gosh. Y'all really need to get off the street drugs, you know, actually go take care of your family. Or how about being real? Because telling the truth ain't in y'all. But once you set up and spend time being real, maybe something will actually give your life traction. Y'all doing the same thing y'all did in Whitehall. And then when I left Whitehall and moved to Parsons Avenue, y'all bragged about how y'all were breaking into my house. So let me take it back a couple of years. I lived in Whitehall on Collingwood Avenue from 2019 to 2023. It was a 4-year lease. It ended, I left. My second year in, I told my landlord, I said, hey, I think the neighbors are stealing my trash. I came home a couple of times and my trash can was in my backyard, and I'd see literally Marlboro cigarettes around my trash can. I don't smoke cigarettes, I never have. I do like cigars. And, you know, she said, yeah, it's probably true. She's had a little issue with them before, off and on, because they actually had lived next to that particular home I was renting for 30 years or so. So she had some issues with them. But then this continued on with the trash. And then it started with the mail. So I got a new mailbox, and I got one with a key on it. But then that mailbox ended up getting damaged as well. Early last year, when they were gang stalking me and I still lived on Parsons Avenue, they were running around saying how they've been setting me up for years, right? How they've been doing this and tracking me for years, using my information, living off of me with credit cards and loans and all this shit. They got so many ties in the medical system, the police force, all of this stuff. How they've been doing this for years and getting away with it. They bragged about how easy it was for Jaffa to join their group, my husband. How easy it was for him to stab me in the back and for him to work with them to set me up. I'm not sure how you guys think bank systems work, but like I've said before, my Chase bank account is proof that I only paid my rent. I only paid my bills. My deposits came from my 40-hour-a-week job while y'all were illegally surveillancing me in my home. They worked with Jaffa because once I left Whitehall and Jaffa and I moved to Parsons Avenue, the same tactics that they were using in Whitehall in my house on Collingwood were the same tactics that they used on Parsons Avenue Of course, I didn't know it at the time. But once they started gang stalking me and the people in South Columbus started telling me what these people were doing and that they had cousins working down there at them stores on High Street, they moved behind me on Parsons Avenue, this whole group, it started to make sense, of course. These people have been using my information, committing all types of crimes, federal crimes. And they get by because they have family members that work in the police station and family members that work in the courts. I know you don't think that I'm gonna run. I know you don't think I'm scared. I know you don't think I care either. I want justice. Nothing's gonna change from that. And I'll just keep on exposing you online and on my LinkedIn channel because that's what I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna keep on gaining followers on my LinkedIn channel just to continue to expose you guys because the police are not doing their job. I don't care who y'all pay. In Whitehall, y'all paid the neighbors and the landlord. In Parsons Avenue, y'all paid the landlord, y'all paid the neighbors, y'all paid a couple of different people in that area. The police did not care that the gang stalkers were sitting in the Buckeye Middle School parking lot, harassing me, gang stalking me, throwing trash in my yard, going into my yard, going into the trash can. Nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. Y'all's tactics are so dried up. And y'all don't know anything about stealth mode. Like, what is it that y'all don't get? I don't know anything about stealth. Y'all use people who need a check. Y'all use people who would do anything for $1 and a dime, baby. Whether I got $1 and a dime, it's not gonna change who I am. You're not gonna poison my $70 worth of groceries. I can tell you that. Keep on messing with my vehicle. Y'all so petty. Let me tell you what these gang stalkers have done to my vehicles over the last maybe 6 years. Any car that I've had, one of my headlights, they purposely crack it so that water can get inside of it. They do it to every vehicle that I have purchased with my own money. Proof in my Chase bank account, those transactions, my Cash App account, that I pay for my own cars with my own money. Y'all are so jealous of African Americans like me, but you're specifically jealous, hateful, and discriminatory towards moi. You expect me to change who I am? When you done seen me fold? I know you ain't think I was gonna fold. And just because I don't get on here every single day and every week, it's because I don't have time. What y'all gonna do, break in and enter? What y'all gonna steal this time? How many locks did I have to replace even in Collingwood? I replaced my locks over there 3 times. I had to replace my locks on Parsons 4 times. They still break in, they still get a key, they still get whatever access they need to keep up the fraud. Nobody should be in my apartment when I'm not here. To this day, there's only been 4 people that I have allowed in my apartment. 2 of them have been neighbors. There shouldn't be nobody else in my apartment, but I can't keep them out. They have to keep up the organized crime and the fraud. And I'll just keep exposing you. I've already named you in my police reports. I've named you on my YouTube channel, and I'm going to keep on naming your group. I got quite a few of y'all's license plates. Every time I see y'all pop up. Jaffa did y'all dirty. Y'all sitting there, but see, that's how y'all do. Y'all eat with the criminals and the thieves and the liars. Y'all are pedophiles. Pedophiles and perverts. Animal red rummers. Y'all are all of that. Remember my fish tank with my goldies, my black moors in there, my fancies? Let me show you what my fish tank looks like now because they poisoned everything. See that? It's only Sharky and Snail in there. I did buy another fancy back in maybe early February. I named him Melon, and I got another one and I named him Moon. They died as well. The poison. You're hateful, something I've never been. I was not raised that way. And even if I did experience some things like that throughout my life, it never shaped me because my heart, my mind, my body, my soul, my everything is always mine. Yeah, y'all can steal some credit cards. Y'all can steal my documents. You can fraudulently do things in my name. It's not me. It's not going to change anything about me. Look at me nose. It's like my grandma's. You can see right through it. I don't care what y'all pay. I don't care who y'all pay. You know, some people go, oh, I got it. I ain't got to worry about that. But it's the rich who rob the poor. And it doesn't matter if you're a multimillionaire, if you got this and you got that. Baby, your $2 mindset is still what makes you chase a $2 bill. Your $2 mindset. So it doesn't matter if you have multimillionaires. It doesn't matter if you have stocks. It doesn't matter what kind of car you drive. You'll still do anything for $1 and a dime. You can't prove nothing about me, and you can't say nothing to my face. Judge Nobles, when we was in court on 12/1, and Jaffa's unethical attorney basically put me under a sense of duress because of what they stole. When I signed that divorce decree in the mediation room, Jaffa's unethical lawyer took it back into the courtroom. 40 minutes later, they called us back into the courtroom 6 and called us back up to the bench so we could finalize the divorce. Again, when I looked at the divorce decree, the Judge Nobles did something with his signature because he whited it out, and there was white out on the divorce decree from whatever he used to sign my name to during that 40 minutes. There was an older black woman that drives a Mercedes that was driving past my house, following me in South Columbus. She wears glasses, and I'm gonna say she's in her 40s. She kind of got not a thicker body, but a shape like a barrel. Let me say that. She kind of shaped like a barrel. She was wearing some weird extensions a couple times, but she wears glasses. She's a couple of shades darker than me. She got a beer belly. She do got a beer belly. So she is part of the court clerk crew that has been following me around. And I made a police report a couple of months ago about her following me around again downtown with the other 2 younger court clerks. She drives a gray Mercedes. See, she's Judge Noble's partner in crime over there at the courthouse at Franklin County Municipal Court. They're the reason why I don't get notifications in the mail. They work exactly with the USPS, and the reason why I don't get mail where I currently live at, because they're stealing it. They're sending it to different addresses. That's not me. My ID is proof of where I live. The 4 police reports I've wrote since I've lived in this address is proof of where I live. The cameras in this building point directly to my mailbox. Proof. But I guess they feel all secured since they work with everybody to delete and destroy evidence. Y'all are so pathetic. I've had to talk about y'all for over a year, but I've been going through this gang stalking since October 2024. I don't care what race you are. I don't care who you bow down to. I don't care about none of that. I care about Jessica Lynette Younger. This one, 43 and me. That's who I care about. And like I said before, I don't break up people's homes. I don't deal with people's husbands nor wives. I've never been with a woman. It's never gonna happen. I've always been myself. I know what I like. And that also has not changed either since I was a young lady. So you can kick rocks on everything else. You can say what you want because Black women are to be stereotyped. We're not supposed to receive justice. Nobody's supposed to be on this side. And let me say this again. Legally, no one can represent me. Everything they did at the Franklin County Municipal Court on 12/1 with the judge whiting out his signature, taking the divorce decree, taking it somewhere else, whatever he did should be able to be traced. Because no matter how much I've asked about this, I've asked for that footage in the Franklin County Sheriff Garage for those girls following me in there, gang stalking me. The same ones that's been gang stalking me. They aren't gonna do anything about it. They're going to hide that evidence. They're going to destroy it. They're going to do something. They aren't going to do anything about it. Although I included it in my protection order, I included it and wrote police reports about it. They don't care. So this is what I'm going to do. Since all of y'all keep saying things about me, but not to my face, you're doing it behind closed doors where I don't exist. I live in existence. I don't do anything behind closed doors. I never have. And like I said, the only time I've been to court twice in my life was for divorce, back in the mid 2000s or so when I got divorced from my first husband in Jaffa. I've been to court about 80 plus times for my residents going to eviction court, never for myself, and maybe some traffic tickets. Not all my traffic tickets were for court. Some of them, you can pay in the mail. There's no other reason I've ever been in court. I'm not a criminal outside of my few traffic tickets. I say that lightly because there's about 37 of them. But again, I've been pulled over 80 plus times. I've never been irate with the cops. I'm not going to change. I don't know who y'all think y'all playing with. I don't care how many elites are on your side. I do not care. It's not going to change who I am and how I have actually lived. The reality of me is never going to change. It doesn't matter if my family is gang members, my estranged family is gang members. I love myself. I've always loved myself through the years. This is why I've gotten the jobs that I've gotten, because I present myself. I don't bring baggage to the job. I come to work ready and I do a really good job. The properties that I've worked for are proof of that. Those numbers went up. People felt safe and secure. My residents praised me, and I did a good job because they felt safe with me. But the elites got money. The elites got pulled. They put everybody on a string like puppets, and then they pulled the strings. Judge Nobles was a part of it. And ever since they did what they did in Franklin County Municipal Court during my divorce decree, again, stepping all over a black woman just because they can, is the reason why they keep sending people after me, because they don't want me to get the information that I need to sue. They don't want me to get the information so that I can file proper charges on them. The most I can do is file police reports, and those will be ignored, rejected, and everything else. We're talking about the CPD. You would think that an African-American woman being chief over there would mean something. Baby, it don't. Everybody over there in place. I am not in place. I don't operate by your rules. I live on my own. I live well, and I have always lived well. Always paid my bills, bought my own furniture, bought my own cars. Jaffa did not provide, and I don't care where he is now. Here, overseas, laid up, broke, drunk, I don't care. He's a fraud. And his unethical lawyer is a fraud. His immigration attorney is a fraud. They are all frauds. Now, again, I've said this before. When did I have the people in my corner like that? When was I ever involved in organized crime? If I'm the one who had all of this stuff going on, wouldn't it still be me involved? I didn't do anything wrong. Don made a post 2 days ago on my brother Moochie's birthday. That was my gift to him. I loved my mother. A couple years ago, maybe about 5 or 6 years ago, her refrigerator went down. She got grown kids living in Virginia. Her refrigerator went down for 3 days. Couldn't keep food in the house or anything. Was running out of money. So I talked to my mom a couple times a week. By the time I called her, she said, my fridge went down. I need stuff in here. Now, my mom has type 2 diabetes. With grown kids living in Virginia that's working, but also doing whatever, I contacted Lowe's. I got her a fridge. I can't remember if they delivered it or she picked it up, but I got her a fridge. Short time after that, the plumbing started messing up because the house my mom lives in is pretty old. It's quite a few decades old. Pipes started messing up because they're just old pipes. things got clogged down into the pipes, maybe, I don't know, 10, 15 feet, wherever the pipes lead into the basement. My brother Moochie is a plumber. Almost 4 or 5 days had went by and it was clogged up, stinking. When I called her, she sounded sick. What's going on? Why you sound like that? She said, I got a problem with my toilet. I can't get anybody to help me. Nobody will come. My Cash App is proof of this. I went on Craigslist. I looked at a couple of places online, but it was a Sunday when she told me this. I found a plumber on Craigslist. I texted the plumber's number. He was a good guy. He was Amish kind of plumber, you know what I mean? Came right on over the very next day. I contacted him Sunday in the early afternoon. He came over our house the next day, saw that a piece of the inside of the pipe had broken down into the pipe, as well as stuff getting stuck down there. So that piece that broke off from the pipe was causing the stoppage, causing the clogging. He went ahead and snaked it, did whatever he had to do. It wasn't too much money, somewhere $240, $300 maybe, and I gave him like a $20 tip. It's in my Cash App, Miss Monopoly 18. I paid him, and her toilet was working within 2 days. It didn't matter how much my mother really didn't warm up to me. She wasn't warm and fuzzy towards me. But it didn't matter. I still loved her more. She was there my entire life. I didn't let her down. There were times where she didn't get a gift for Mother's Day and her birthday, but I sent her those gifts. I made sure she wasn't left out. Some days she'd go grocery shopping and I know she'd be tired. I'd send her $20 in my Cash App or Apple Pay so she can get her fried chicken because I know that's what she liked. She didn't ask, I just did it. I've lived away from my mom for a really long time, but that doesn't mean I didn't visit. When my brothers and sisters were younger and my mom needed help with school supplies and school clothes, also my sisters and them kids, I was sending boxes of stuff down there from Ohio. There's never been a time where I didn't give. No, I didn't go overboard. I didn't go overboard. It's not like I was buying cars and paying bills and all that. No. I pay my own bills and rent. That doesn't leave a whole lot of money left. But if I had $300 and I knew she needed 100, 150, she can get that. Sometimes it would be more than that if I had $500 and she needed something. I'm still gonna give it to her because I knew she had small kids. I knew money was always tight in Virginia, or people just didn't want to help. That was never me. She could count on me. That is why I sent her the $500 for my brother Eric's bail, because nobody wanted to put up a dime, even though everybody worked and everybody got some money. Nobody wanted to put up a dime. After my brother got out of jail, and I told her, you know, when our brother goes back to court and that $500 is sent back or whatever, you can keep it, Mom. I'm not gonna miss that $500. No, I was not balling out of control. No, I didn't have it like that. But I'm not gonna miss that $500. Plus, I've never given anything to her and then asked for it back. Doesn't mean she wasn't taken from me. I was the one giving, but she was in a taking kind of mood. She wasn't the only one. There were other siblings I had like that. Very disappointing that Jaffa was like that too. Him and his unethical legal team and family have so many ties and everything within the justice system. They knew about money. They knew about certain things I just didn't know about. So Jaffa played a lot of games. He strategically played a lot of games. He spent more time being a fraud in the marriage. He spent more time being a thief in the marriage. He spent more time being a fool in the marriage than what I could ever have caught up to, because that's not who I am. It's not easy for me not to recognize those things, but I also wasn't seeing those red flags. He hit them very well. Oh, y'all think he cute. Jaffa was sleeping with my coworkers. And Sabrina, oh my God, she was also part of the setup from the Hollywood casino while they were up there gambling in my name, talking all that shit. When we cleaned out my grandma's house, this was one of the purses that was in her closet. So a couple of things we were able to keep. A lot of things went to my Aunt Hazel's house where she went to go stay at. And a couple of things, of course, my mom kept. And my brother had a Yukon, or I can't remember, Tahoe. Yeah, it was a Tahoe truck. Some of the stuff we were gonna keep went into my grandma's shed, into his Tahoe, and I got a few things from her house as well too. This is a purse from the 70s that was my grandma's. I've had it now for maybe 5 years now. She passed in 2022. That was my champion. Yeah, my grandma was my champion. But she passed away and stuff, and this was one of her purses. I don't know if y'all can see this, but this is like the old foam from back then, the 70s back then. And they don't make purses like this anymore with the beautiful bead structure on the inside. But she had a lot of purses, you know, and this was just one of them that I thought was just very pretty. So I don't wear it all the time, but I do keep it with me, and it's just pretty. I don't want the beads to fall off, and I want to keep it for a long time. So this was something I started carrying after she passed away. So that rotten coworker, Sabrina, that was stabbing me in my back with the Hollywood Casino crew, the mafia group that set Jaffa up, she saw me carrying this one day. And she had to think about how she was going to ask me about the purse. So she did it in her condescending way, as if there was something in this purse that shouldn't be in here because she was part of the setup crew. And when I told her where it came from, she just scoffed. I don't get it. Y'all get older and y'all have never, y'all have just the weirdest mindset of thievery, sneakery, patheticism that I've ever seen. And I don't care how many groups it was of y'all. The elites, the mafia, the neighbors, I don't care how many groups it was of y'all. I really don't think you understand. This is where I come from. This is who I model my life after. You ain't never gonna beat that. You're never gonna top that. You didn't know her. That's where I come from. The salt. So getting back to what I said, I don't care who y'all hire. I don't care what y'all do. I'm gonna continue to seek justice. But I had to get a message out today because y'all following me up to Kroger's and stuff like that, following me around to see what's in my cart, ain't gonna stop me from marinating this shrimp. It ain't gonna stop me from cutting down them onions and green peppers and making my salad with the basil in it. But I had to at least get on here, you know, because I've been posting some messages. And also today is the 7th. We're halfway there, y'all. Halfway there, halfway throughout the year. 2026 has been okay for me. Y'all can follow me when I leave the house later on today. I don't give a shit. I gotta go get a can opener. What you gonna do? You gonna set it up? What you gonna do? Set it up? I know y'all see these papers. Everything I said on there is true too. Stealing seized drug money was not a good look on y'all. The sheriff department. Wasn't a good look on y'all. But y'all got far with it. Y'all got far with it. You know, thieves get so far in this country. When African Americans were poisoned back in the 50s and the 60s, the Tuskegee Airmen, they were poisoned, you know, and they were poisoned when they came back overseas from Desert Storm and all that too. And they brought those poisons. They would poison those black men and put diseases in them, women too. And then these men, not knowing, would come home and sleep with their wives. And they would sit back and watch these black people like animals. This is beyond hatred. You see what I'm saying? This is like extinction, what they want. So for y'all who don't know who y'all are, and y'all are African Americans and y'all support the group, y'all are part of the extinction plan as well. You wonder why I stay cool and chill? Because I see right through y'all hot asses. It's a shame. You let your people go a long time ago when I still follow the path. And I'm gonna stay on it. Sunny, Sunny. Me and Sunny got this. Y'all thievery can go from here to Jordan, Russia, Turkey, Canada. Africa too. My Africa is old. I'm not just black, I'm African. My Africa is old. It goes back to 400 years when my people came here. I'm not part of the new Africans. I don't do things for money. I ain't got nothing to do with fraud. I'm not covering my hair up. I'm not throwing on a bunch of makeup. It's never going to happen. I love myself way too much. Plus, I got to feel the roots of my hair when I go to sleep at night. You want to hate on me? Hate on me, hater, now or later. 'Cause I'm gonna do me. I sure am. And for all those other women that's watching me that care, I love y'all. And for the men that's watching me, I love y'all too. Stick your chest out. Say it with your chest. Be yourself for a while. Be yourself. Don't do it behind closed doors. Let it shine. Okay? We going into a new week. Y'all can do what y'all want to do. Set up, make y'all phone calls, pay whoever to, keep reporting back, make a phone call when I do this, when I wear that, whatever I say. It's lies. It's part of organized crime. The whole group still working with Jaffa's group, still working with the Franklin County Municipal Court group. I ain't gonna change. You think it bothers me when I walk out the door and I see what I see? I've been 43 for a long time. I've been gold for a long time. Ain't nothing gonna change. So, I hope y'all can enjoy yourself this Sunday. Keep up whatever good work y'all doing, and to the fraudsters, y'all keep doing what you do too, because obviously y'all got the backup. Y'all got everything y'all need to keep on setting up people's families and loved ones and signing paperwork and stealing money from the bank and all this other stuff. Y'all got the backup to do it. This is why y'all don't stop. Y'all are sick. Sick in the head. Sick in the head. I tell you what. It's sickening, ain't it, Sonny? Sicko. Sicko mode. What you gonna do, Sonny? What you gonna do? You gonna show him your nice plume? Yeah. Look at your nice plume. Look at that. Beautiful plume. All right, I'm getting off there because I gotta make my salad. And like I said, y'all ain't gonna break in and poison shit. Playing around it. Bye-bye. Ta-ta for now.